Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are previewing Week 14 in the NFL. We're talking right now with Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com, and he's going to take the Buffalo-Denver game. Kind of a tricky handicapping situation, but Joe Duffy takes any game that I ask him to take. Joe Duffy, thanks for being back with us.
No, thank you, Peter.
All right, before we get to your take on this game, I just want to make it clear, Duffy takes any game I ask him to take, so anyone who's judging Joe based on his record in these videos and extrapolating that that's similar to his record at his website, completely different. These are games that he has no strong opinion on before I tell him which games I'd like him to cover at his website, of course. Those are all his top plays each week, right, Joe?
No, that is correct. My premium plays, and again, I've been pretty honest where the month of November, people were judging me by my premium picks that they weren't necessarily fantastic in the month of November, but we are, and then more particularly in football, but the last 2 weeks we have bounced back in football, and basketball has been great, both the NBA and college basketball since the beginning of the year. But no, I've been winning for 27 years. A lot of people come and go. Very few. You could probably count on one hand, and certainly on both hands, how many handicappers have been full-time for as long as I have.
All right, sounds great, Joe. Well, Denver is a 9.5 or 10-point home favorite right now, and, they're certainly capable of getting double-digit wins at home. They're also capable of getting like 7-point wins at home where they get the win, even a comfortable win, but don't cover lines like that. And Buffalo, they beat Cleveland, but now they head on the road into a tough place to play Denver. Denver coming off a great win at KC. Some people were saying that, Manning can't play in the cold. He'd have trouble at KC on the road. Nope, Denver got a solid win there. And even if you want to take a look at the total, Denver 5-1 over-under at home. They do usually go over, but can Buffalo keep up? They're just 2-10 over-under on the year. So they've been a strong under-trender, and you're getting a somewhat high total of 47.5. So Denver minus 9.5 or 10, and the total of 47.5. What's your take on this game, Joe?
Yeah, no, Peter, this is one of those where I know I've said to both you and my longtime clients that certainly as a general rule of thumb, double-digit underdogs do very well in the NFL. But the one big exception is when the double-digit underdog has a good winning percentage. And in the case of Buffalo, now, again, there wasn't any, when I ran a bunch of possible angles, there wasn't any that came out and bit me and said scream to bet me. But still, as I said, the one case where double-digit favorites do well is when they're playing a team late in the year that has a high winning percentage. It's Buffalo does. And keep in mind that the Bills, look, they've been very good this year, but they're now facing the single toughest part of their schedule. After this, they've got Green Bay and New England, then they have one gimme game against Oakland, but three of their absolute toughest games of the year are still ahead of them. So Buffalo had some pretty good fortune with the scheduling so far, but not here. And if you read the Denver papers, a lot of the players, they're talking about, and it really sounds genuine. It wasn't so much, player speak, where a lot of the players were simply saying, we want to go into the postseason on a high note, and they want to get that bye. They're a veteran team. They know how important getting that bye is, and even the, home field advantage. So, no, Denver, I think, has clearly taken this seriously. There is pressure on Buffalo. They could actually somehow sneak into the playoffs. So, and again, Buffalo's not a great team. So, but Buffalo, when a team is fighting for a playoff spot, and now they're playing a good team, this is usually when we fade teams like that. So this is going to be the rare exception to the rule where I'm going to lay the big number.
All right. Well, no, I mean, it doesn't seem like that crazy of a pick considering how Denver has done at home this year. I'm just a little bit worried. You're worried that Denver will get a solid win. Of course, the back door will be wide open for this one, right? Huge candidate. You can see this one coming a mile away. But I can certainly see a play justified on Denver minus 9.5 currently. Thanks so much, Joe.
Yeah, you can see it coming from a mile high away is what I think you meant.
Thanks, Joe.
All right, thank you, Peter.
The SBR Network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.